Greetings, Thunderbird Reading Lab teachers. The purpose of this video is to provide an on-demand or asynchronous Reading Lab professional development for this week in 5 minutes or less. So our goal for our time together is to review the scale focused for second quarter, to identify the progression of learning for analyzing text organization and structure, and to look at the overview of lesson plans for next week. As we move into a very much deserved 3-day weekend, something to consider is, as important as it is to have a plan for doing work, it is perhaps more important to have a plan for rest, relaxation, self-care, and sleep. So our focus for the next 3 days needs to be on how can I rest, rejuvenate, and have lots of fun and laughter. A PD would not be complete without our vision for literacy instruction. This week we are focusing on grade level text, what's the target, and then we'll move into how do we meet students in their progression of learning at their instructional level. So as we think about supporting the core for second quarter, ELA's Unit 2 is explanatory text. The instructional skills are generating and analyzing text organization and structure. Our role in Reading Lab is building the foundational skills by meeting the needs in the progression of learning. So as I have met with the ELA teachers for collaboration, we realized that we didn't have the deepest understanding of what is expected for middle school. I don't feel as confident in my knowledge as I would like to. So I did a vertical review of the scales from kindergarten through 12th grade. And I wanted to see how does the complexity build. So we can see that in first to third grade, the focus is using text features, which is lovely because that directly relates to our first skill of previewing the text to set a purpose for reading. Students are actually looking at the text features to activate their background knowledge. As we move into 4th and 5th grade, we're asking students to first describe and then compare and contrast what are the text structures and how do they work. But as we move into 6th through 8th grade, we're asking students to analyze how do the parts of the text connect to the whole. Moreover, as we think about working with complex text, we're asking students to move into different text structures in one article so that they can make meaning. It's much more complex than what I have always thought about. So in ELA Core, we're going to be digging deeper into what does this grade level target mean. The nice thing for Reading Lab is that we're starting at foundational skills. So that's what we already know, and which is what are the text structures, what are the signal words for the text structures, and then what are the benefits of the different text structures. So we're going to start with what we already know. So finally, as we look at the plans for this week, we're on Monday and Tuesday, we're going to introduce the scales and do a little pre-assessment. And then Thursday and Friday, we will actually start reviewing the text structures. And as we know, then we'll look at our reading plus time. So in closing, your task or challenge is to think about 3 things. How can I rest, relax, and rejuvenate over the next 3 days? What are you doing for yourself? Not everyone else, but for yourself. And how are you going to recharge? Have a great weekend. You are respected and appreciated.